Have you noticed the flat spots forming on the back or the side of your baby's head? And you're starting to wonder, is it too late to fix my baby's flat head? Then you're watching the right video. Because in today's episode of the Baby Development Podcast, I'm going to walk you through step by step how to fix flathead syndrome or positional plagiocephaly in the comfort of your own home. If you're new to the channel, my name is Cherrick Gordon, and I've been a pediatric physical therapist for over 25 years. During that time, I've helped lots of parents help their babies to overcome flathead syndrome. Let's start with a quick recap. What exactly is flathead syndrome? Flathead syndrome, or positional plagiocephaly, occurs when a baby spends too much time lying on their back or the side of their head, which results in a flat spot forming on the back of baby's head. This happens because all babies have a favorite side and will tend to turn their head towards that side. And of course, after a while, it begins to develop a flat spot. Now, if a question that's beginning to form in the back of your mind is, do all babies with a flat head need a helmet? That is a question that I get all the time. The answer to that is not always. If you do the exercises and activities and use the strategies that I'm going to share with you today, you may be able to avoid having to use a helmet on your baby altogether. Let's talk about 3 daily habits that can make a big difference and help you to fix your baby's flat head naturally at home. Habit number 1. Habit number 1 is lots and lots of tummy time. This is one of my all-time favorite activities to encourage parents to do with their babies to prevent flathead syndrome, and it strengthens babies' back, neck, and chest muscles, and also strengthens their arm muscles. At this point, if you're asking, does tummy time fix flathead? The answer is yes, it does. By cueing your baby to spend less time on the back or the side of their head, you're giving the head an opportunity to reshape itself and actually self-correct the flathead. Habit number 2 is reposition. Repositioning means that you're being strategic about how you put your baby to bed and when you put your baby down for naps in the way that you do it. Now, if your baby has a favorite toy that they look at on the side of their bed, usually these decorations are on one side. And so if you put your baby to sleep with baby's head on one side one night, the baby will turn their head one way to look at the toy. And then when you put your baby to bed the next night, your baby will have to rotate their head in the opposite direction to look at the same toy. The same thing applies to television. Baby has their favorite shows that they like to watch. Again, baby will have to turn their head one way if you position them in a certain way to watch TV. And then at the next night, if you move them to the opposite side, they'll have to rotate their head in the opposite direction to watch the same show. Let's talk about habit number 3. Habit number 3 is supervised side lying. This is another great technique that can be used to help to prevent or to correct a flat spot that is already starting to form. If you look at your baby, you will notice that your baby lying on their back in their bed or on their floor, you will notice that your baby spends most of their time with their head turned towards the same side. Most babies actually have a favorite side that they naturally rotate their head towards. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that is exactly what causes a flat spot. So now if you're being strategic, what you can do is use toys and position your baby on the opposite side of their head, put them in sideline, put a little towel or something behind them to keep them in that position, and use toys to have baby reach for because now they're on the opposite side of their head. Now, if a question popped into your head when I mentioned tummy time, what if my baby hates tummy time? What if my baby cries every time I try tummy time? First of all, you're not alone, and there's a whole host of things that you can do to make tummy time more tolerable and even more enjoyable for both you and your baby. You can use a bunch of different positions. The first position that I like to recommend is to have mom or dad lie back on the couch where they're propped up in a reclined position and put your baby on their tummy on your tummy. So now baby is doing tummy time, a modified version of tummy time, but this is a great way to start tummy time off as it allows you to have a lot of eye contact with your baby and also have your baby doing time in a position that is both comforting and comfortable. You can also put baby to lie face down across your lap. And what you can do is cross one leg over the other, and again, so that baby's head is higher than their bottom as baby's arms are propped over your top leg. And this is a more comfortable position and help baby to tolerate tummy time for longer periods of time. Also, in these positions, you can rock baby, you can comfort baby, you rub baby's head, pat baby's back. If you're putting your baby in tummy time on the ground, what I would recommend that you do is put baby with one of those little toy mirrors in front of baby and have baby look at themselves while they're on the ground in tummy time. Alternatively, what you can do is actually get down on the ground and be face to face with your baby. Babies will love making eye contact with mom or dad on the ground in this position. This is a great way to help your baby to tolerate tummy time and get through it and actually start to enjoy tummy time. Remember, you want to start off tummy time gradually, start off with short periods of tummy time. And then as your baby gets better and better at tummy time, you want to increase tummy time until you're shooting for about 90 minutes a day. How to examine your baby's head to determine just how significant this flat spot is. If you sit on a couch or you sit on a chair and you hold your baby in your lap facing away from you, and you are looking down at the top of your baby's head, I'm going to use baby Annie here to help me to demonstrate this. Now, if you pretend that you draw a line from the front of baby's head going straight down, kind of splitting baby's head sideways, and then make another line across the top of baby's head from one ear to the next, if you imagine that, and look at the top of your baby's head. What you're looking for is to see if baby's head is asymmetrical. What that means is baby has a flat spot and you will be able to notice it. What I've found is, in my practice, is that if a parent is sitting looking at their baby face to face, they really cannot see that there's a flat spot on the back of baby's head. Because most of the time, flat spot is going to occur on the back or off towards one side of the back of baby's head. And so this makes it more challenging to see the flat head if you're looking at your baby face to face. So look at the baby from the top of baby's head, look down at the top of baby's head, and look, like I said, draw those lines and pretend that you have lines on your baby's head. Look at the top of baby's head to see where there's a flat spot. It's more significant if you notice that your baby, one ear is more forward than the other ear. If you're using that side-to-side line that I mentioned across the top of baby's head, connecting one ear to the other, it will be easier for you to be able to figure out, okay, you know what, one ear is actually pushed forward a little bit. This is a more moderate to severe positional plagiocephaly, which is, of course, beyond the scope of this video. In the next video in this series, I'm going to go more into when your baby may or may not need a helmet and when you need to reach out and speak to your pediatrician and request a physical therapist to come in and work with you and help you and your baby to overcome the plagiocephaly and whether or not a helmet might be appropriate for you. If you got value from this video, please hit that like button and definitely consider subscribing to the channel. And if you have been having conversations with anyone and you feel that they would benefit from this, definitely share this video with. So here are my final thoughts. Flat head or a flat spot forming on the back of your head and now going through the process of correcting it takes time. But if you are consistent and persistent with the habits that I've outlined and you begin to work on it, then the results can be amazing. You can have your baby get rid of that flat spot to where your baby has a beautiful roundly shaped head. All right? I'll talk to you in the next video. Take care.